Hey, this is George Valdez, the ShoeDog Guru. That's right, I'm here in Chicago in the store that I was showing you called City Souls, and I'm here with the owner, Scott Starbucks. And I have to tell you something, when you're talking about excitement, when you're talking about experience, this is the store to come to. I guarantee it. Why? Because it's about stories, it's about creating excitement for the customer. And you know what? And all they're going to do is what? Pull out their money so they can buy. And you know what? The only reason they're going to go out that door, you know what? They're going to always just come back more and more to buy. So Scott, you know what? Hey, it's a pleasure. I'm glad I'm right here talking to you.
Thanks.
First of all, I want to talk about is tell me a little bit about City Souls, how you came up with the concept, and every little about the details in the store.
I've been a shoe guy for 30 years, so I sold shoes part-time in high school.
All right.
So I've had a long time to define and understand my customer. And I opened here in Bucktown 17 years ago because that's where my customers existed.
Mm-hmm.
Hip, trendy, cool, young, you know, everything from piercings to tattoos to their new condo or their new Mercedes.
Right.
And I market my customers with interesting products. I try not to have the mass brands out there like Uggs and Timberland and Nike. I try to be off the edge, and it's about leading the customers so far, but not too far. Not making them jump off the edge. So. You know, when I go into a line of shoes and the sales rep comes up to me and goes, "Oh, these are selling at Nordstrom's like crazy," and I go, "I don't want them." You know, that's exactly the reason I don't buy the line.
Right.
You know, my customers, I want my customers to come in and find something and have it look like it came from here. I want them to be proud that they bought a shoe that looks like it came from City Souls because it's different and unique.
So it's creating almost a differentiation between all, because I always say, you know what, footwear retailers are almost like McDonald's. They all look alike. You know, you can find them on any corner. You can buy shoes anywhere. They're not, you know, one thing about customers, they're not exclusive. I mean, well, retailers are not exclusive to any brand, but also the customers, they're able to shop anywhere from online. I mean, you can buy anywhere.
Sure.
You know, so one thing about what you're talking about with, I think it's one of the greatest strategies is knowing your niche to get rich, right? Mm-hmm. Knowing your niche, finding little details that differentiate your store from everybody else, whether it's product, the way it looks, but more your focus really, when I walk into through the store, there's brands here that really pop out that I don't think you can find anywhere, and I think you have it, and that's really what separates you. And go on, tell me a little bit more.
You and I were talking about telling stories for things. There's a customer that came in this morning, and he had put a pair of shoes on hold over the weekend, and he came in and he goes, "Hey, I'm here to pick up some shoes. My name's Tom." I pulled out the shoes, and he goes, "I gotta be honest with you." He goes, "I put them on hold because I go home and I Google stuff and I try and search it and find it cheaper. And I Googled this brand out of Spain that you have." He goes, "I couldn't find anything on it in English. It was all just in Spanish. There was nowhere in the country that actually had them." So it was a cool story, you know, that he couldn't actually Google and find their shoe anywhere else. But I don't know. What else about the store and the shoes?
Well, you know what? Well, let me tell you about this, because what caught my attention, I think what catches everybody's attention, besides the products that you carry, is just the details. I mean, talk to me about how you kind of strategize. Okay, this is the way, as far as just the whole visual look of the store. You know, you're telling your little stories. Whether it's, I mean, the little details from the large mirrors and the seats here with the cow. I mean, that stuff is like unique, where it brings in. When I'm walking into your store, it doesn't feel like a store. It feels like I'm a guest at a high level type of high-end retailer. I mean, you're talking about it's flawless when it's unique, the way just visually to the customer.
Thanks.
Where'd you come up with these ideas as far as like, hey, making my stuff so different that it just doesn't look like everybody else?
Well, we didn't want it to be stale, and it's been an eclectic mix. Like I said, I've been here for 17 years, so it's been an eclectic mix of things that we've added and put together. It all didn't come together at once. We didn't sit on a design thing and turn this over overnight. But we wanted to feel homey and cool. You know, we didn't want it to feel, you know, really stark and stale and unapproachable. We wanted it to feel approachable and people feel comfortable in here. We have like private shopping events where we serve wine and people are hanging out in here. And I want each little section with a salesperson sitting there with you, like you're in the living room just chatting, hanging out with your buddy. And nobody's ever like, good afternoon, welcome to City Souls.
Right.
You know, my name's Tom. Let me know if you need anything.
Right.
It's like, hey, what's happening? How
Right,
are
right.
you guys? You know, it's really
making me feel like a person instead of just just some buyer that's coming in with some money in his pocket to buy a product. Because I think that's important. It's engaging the customer, but you know, treating him like, hey, you know what? Let's be friends. I don't want you to be my customer or my client. I want us to be friends.
Yeah,
Because that's really here in this community. What I see is that it's so tight that the people that live here, they buy here. You know, they don't go anywhere else to shop.
They prefer to spend their money in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And building relationships is key. You know, building relationship first, then you build the customer, then you build the product. And you know, I'm influenced by my customers on what I buy for my store. I don't buy, you know, product that I wish my customers would wear. I buy product that I know my customers will wear because I learn from them. I'm on the street level every day dealing with them and talking to them, and I learn a ton from my customers.
You know, I think that's an important strategy. It's asking the customer what you want. Because I always say, you know what, if you want to really make money, you don't go out there to try to find the need for your customer. You try to find the want, and then you bring the want to them. Because once you know what they want, then you could supply it to them. And it's really what it is. That's what it comes down to. What type of marketing? You mentioned that, you know, you have these wine events and stuff, wine tasting events. They come in, they have a great time. Talk to me about, I guess, putting on some type of or marketing strategies like that to connect more with your community, to bring them in, you know, in order to you know, build that relationship.
We do everything from, we're very active in social media. We have a couple thousand people following us on Facebook and Twitter, and we literally make a Facebook post every day, a half a dozen Twitter posts every day. And then we do a lot of neighborhood awareness. All the women's clothing stores in the neighborhood have little cards that they hand out for us to send their customers to us.
Okay, great.
Gives them a little discount. We give the salesperson from that store a little kickback. And then like our wine event and stuff, last Friday night we had a fundraiser. It was for children's diabetes.
Wow.
And it was for a school, and all the moms from that school came in, and we had wine and hors d'oeuvres, and we gave them all a discount, or we gave them a percentage of the sales back to diabetes. Not one woman took a discount. All the money went to diabetes. It was great.
Fantastic. You know, that's the one thing I always say, you know, once you connect with a customer, you can create community, and creating community is very, very profitable. But I think what I love about your store is that, first of all, it's exciting. First of all, you know what the hell you're doing, and the thing is, and I have to say that, you know, most retailers that I talk to is like, they're just, hey, I'll put some shelves up, I'll put some shoes on there, and I'll have somebody, hey, can I help you? Can I help you? And that's all you hear. But you're totally different because you understand, coming from a back, you know, I've same here, been in the shoe business since I was 14 years old, working only focused on independent footwear retailers. And I can tell you right now, it's all about making friends with the customers, creating an experience, having things that are unique. But most of all, what I see in your store is that you have a purpose too. I mean, you just gave to a charity, which one thing that's nice about that creates a bigger community, because now they don't see you as a retailer, they see you as part of their community and something more. You're a retail store with substance, and I think that's really what it comes down to. You know what, Scott? You know, I know you're super busy. I mean, you gave so much here for my clients and my followers and stuff like that. But I want to thank you for taking the time. And hey, you know what? Hope to come back and shop with you and buy from you and visit again. Hey, this is George Valdez with Scott Starbucks here, the ShoeDog Guru. See you next time.